one defeat or two defeats or three or even four in the case of Liverpool is a crisis, or is a mini crisis, as Carl mentioned there. There was all sorts of talk starting to appear about Arne Slot's future. I mean, is that just the world we live in, or was there some substance to maybe thinking, is he actually going to be the right guy for Liverpool?
No, I don't think there's any substance that he wouldn't be the right guy. But look, it's inevitable. If you're a team like Liverpool and, you know, you're as good as they were last year, certainly much better than everybody else, and then you lose 4 games in a row, you know, it's not just social media. There were people ringing in. There were the blokes down the pub talking about Slot and the issues there. So I think that's inevitable, and that would happen with any other team as well that's just won the title. There's absolutely no doubt about that.
Yeah, but I think it was very, very revealing last night that I think it was in the 23rd minute, the cops sang his name, and you can actually feel the difference at the ground in terms of the patience that was being shown for the team and the reaction to over the last month when things haven't been great. There's a bit more sort of being circumspect and controlled.
Does this mean Liverpool are back? No, absolutely not. Real Madrid and Manchester City await in the next 7 days, and only then will we get a gauge of where they are. It was a step, nonetheless, in the right direction. Is that going to be the litmus test now for Liverpool, these next 2 games? And if they were to come through these games, maybe with a win against Real Madrid and going to the Etihad and winning, are we then going to say, Carl has mentioned it before, I'm not saying they're going to go out and win the league, but the main challenger for Arsenal?
I wouldn't go that far, even on the back of 2 wins. I think the 2 games will suit Liverpool down to the ground because the 2 teams don't want to play football, so Liverpool can have a go at them. I think it will just be the level of the occasion with Real Madrid. It'll be a frenzy at Anfield, and the type of game that everybody will want to watch. I thought the games at Brentford, Chelsea, Manchester United were alarming in some respects in terms of how they threw points away. But the noise that's sort of been on social media, and you sort of get drawn into this world, and you're thinking, is this the real world? And you're hearing, oh, Slot's a phony, Slot's got to go, he's not good enough, we're really missing Luis Diaz, we're really missing Darwin Núñez. 5 months ago, these same people were saying, oh, can't wait to get rid of them, we're going to get Florian Wirtz, we're going to get this, that and the other. Just calm down. It's been a summer of change, it's been a summer of incredible trauma, and Arne Slot has been negotiating his way through all this, and he will get things right. He will get things moving in the right direction.
Turning point for Liverpool, or do they still have a few issues to resolve there?
Oh, I think if you've read the Mail on Sunday today, and the final paragraph says, are they back? No. It's a step in the right direction. It was needed last night just to settle nerves, restore a little bit of order. And they looked much more like last season. There was control, there was discipline. They attacked, they sort of attacked in flurries. Like that was reminiscent of the around about this time last year when they really hit a rhythm. And it was a much needed step in the right direction.
A bit of method in his team selection yesterday, wasn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it was always inevitable that, having made so many signings, they weren't all going to work, and obviously I think Slot would have hoped that it wouldn't have just been Ekitike that made an impression. But Liverpool did make too many changes, didn't they? Some of them obviously out of their hands. But just looking at that squad, I know people talk about obviously there was the tragedy with Jota, and then they let Diaz go, they sold Núñez, Alexander-Arnold, but then I thought there were sort of needless changes, like even Quansah, Harvey Elliott, even Kelleher leaving. These were all winners, players that had been involved in a title-winning squad. So it was a sort of the players behind the scenes as well, or those not in the first team that they allowed to leave. So it was a huge turnaround. So I think it'd been even more of a surprise, and it'd have been quite extraordinary had Liverpool been right up there with Arsenal now because of the amount of new players. They brought in some brilliant players, and the majority, I think, will do well. But they're not all going to do well, and they haven't all done well. So I think Liverpool fans are going to need a bit of patience, and I think they've got that. But obviously there's a lot of work to do still.
It's fair to say Liverpool were in a minor crisis. There seemed to be a very direct route to beating this Liverpool team, as you saw in Crystal Palace's victory in the league and then Manchester United's victory, in that if you can stay compact and attack the spaces behind the fullbacks in particular, you could profit. The fullback reconfiguration is a big thing for Liverpool at this point in time. It's not just the fact they've lost Trent Alexander-Arnold and he's been so important to how they progress the ball, particularly in midfield areas, but also the fact that Robinson perhaps hasn't got the same ability to last 90 minutes in the way that he used to. So that left-back situation's needed some reconfiguration. I think Kirkes and his connection with Virgil van Dijk they're having some pronounced teething problems there. So it's no surprise that for this victory, Slot's gone back to basics. It's Robertson on the left-hand side. It's Bradley on the right-hand side. It's players that know each other quite well. If you look in the midfield as well, Alexis McAllister had a hernia towards the end of last season, and I think when he gets closer to full fitness and full match sharpness, that should solidify central midfield there too. So I don't want to say Liverpool are going to be right up there in the title race, but there's definitely ways for them to grow and develop, and I think they'll probably be fine by, let's say, Valentine's Day.
If we look at Mo Salah, I suppose he was a microcosm of everything that was going wrong at Liverpool. Liverpool's form wasn't great. Mo Salah's form wasn't great. He seemed to come back to some semblance of what we expect from Mohamed Salah yesterday. 250 goals as well, which is an incredible achievement for Mo Salah. What have you made of him, and how much has he been impacted with these new signings that have come in over the summer?
I think he was quite revealing in his post-match comments last night when he recognised how his form had dropped. But you've just said the number 250 there, and people are almost like looking at, oh yeah, it's 250 goals. He mentioned it to Arne Slot last night, and he was sort of wide-eyed in wonderment as he was talking. He could not believe that he's got to 250 goals. This is a remarkable achievement. This is up there, like, kind of with Alan Shearer getting 260 Premier League goals.
Third player to do it for Liverpool.
Yeah. So he's gone past. So he's only got Ian Rush and Roger Hunt ahead of him. And the names that he's gone past in recent years, they were like comic book heroes. Billy Liddell, Gordon Hodgson, names that were just like on pieces of paper that you thought you never seen them play. They were just these historical figures that were like, wow, these numbers are going to stand the test of time. And Mo Salah's got there in 8 years.
Liverpool were just in control and didn't look in trouble. And yes, they were better with the ball. Yes, the movement was better. There was some combination play. There was a whole lot of things to be pleased about in this performance that has not been there all season. However, against Real Madrid, they're still going to have to defend better.
Enjoy today.
Wait a minute.
Enjoy
So what
today.
changed today?
Enjoy
Let's stay
today.
today, right here where we are right now in the present.
Well, what changed today was what I've just said. Liverpool actually kept the ball, actually were in control of the game for the majority of it. There was some good combination play, as I said. You know, both sides. You know, I'm glad Robertson played. I thought he should start. Him and Gakpo combined well. Salah and Bradley combined well. Szoboszlai was fantastic. He was everywhere. He was sharp.
Yeah.
And McAllister and Gravenberg were pretty much in control in the middle of the park. So all of these things were great. The one problem I'm having is deciding whether this was to do with how Liverpool went about it or how poor Aston Villa were, particularly in the second half. So, yeah, there's a lot of things to be pleased about. For the first time, Arne Slot,
Become English now.
can just take the air off for a few days, and everybody will be walking around with a smile, and everybody will be joking again. Unfortunately, they've got a little team called Real Madrid coming.
Second mention already, even though we're staying in the present today.
Well, you've got to be realistic. It was a good performance. Considering how bad they've been, this was a really good performance. But it's one game. You know, I can't go around talking about Man U or anybody else going, oh, it's only 2 games. and not do the same thing with Liverpool. Because at the end of the day, it's one game, it's a victory, it takes the pressure off for a few days, and it's onwards and upwards, hopefully.